Lesson: Consensus mechanisms, risks and vulnerabilities. Consensus mechanisms are at the heart of blockchain technology, providing the means by which distributed networks agree on a single version of the truth without relying on a central authority. However, these mechanisms, while revolutionary, are not without their risks and vulnerabilities. Understanding these risks is crucial for blockchain architects and risk management professionals who are responsible for designing secure and resilient systems. This lesson delves into the inherent risks associated with consensus mechanisms, offering actionable insights, practical tools, and frameworks to mitigate these risks effectively. Blockchain networks rely on consensus mechanisms to validate and record transactions. Each consensus algorithm comes with its unique set of vulnerabilities. Proof of work, for instance, is susceptible to the 51% attack, where a single entity gains control of more than half of the network's computing power, potentially allowing them to double spend or block transactions. This risk is not merely theoretical. Bitcoin Gold and Ethereum Classic have both suffered from 51% attacks, illustrating the tangible risks associated with POW. Practical tools like hash rate monitoring and alert systems can help identify unusual activity indicative of an impending 51% attack. These tools, when integrated with network analytics frameworks, can provide early warning signs, allowing network administrators to take preemptive measures. Proof of stake poses different challenges. While it is more energy efficient than POW, POS is vulnerable to nothing at stake attacks. In this scenario, validators can theoretically validate multiple blockchain forks simultaneously without any financial penalty, undermining the integrity of the network. To mitigate this, modern POS systems implement penalties for validators who engage in such behavior and use slashing conditions to deter malicious actions. Frameworks like Ethereum's Casper employ these strategies, enhancing the security of POS networks by economically incentivizing honest behavior and penalizing misconduct. Delegated proof of stake, as utilized by networks like EOS, introduces another layer of risk through centralization. In DPoS, a small group of nodes is elected to validate transactions, which can concentrate power and lead to collusion among delegates. This centralization risk can be addressed by implementing robust governance models that encourage voter participation and transparency. Practical tools such as blockchain explorers and voting dashboards can enhance transparency and allow stakeholders to monitor delegate behavior, thereby discouraging collusion. Another consensus mechanism, Byzantine fault tolerance, while fault-tolerant, is not immune to risks. BFT algorithms, including practical Byzantine fault tolerance, can be vulnerable to Sybil attacks, where attackers create multiple fake identities to gain influence over the network. Mitigating Sybil attacks requires implementing identity verification processes and resource-intensive entry barriers. For instance, the use of reputation systems and stake-based entry can limit the impact of Sybil attacks by ensuring that only legitimate participants with a vested interest in the network's success can participate. One of the overarching concerns with consensus mechanisms is scalability. Both POW and POS face challenges in handling a high volume of transactions, which can lead to increased latency and decreased throughput. Layer 2 solutions, such as the Lightning Network for Bitcoin, offer practical frameworks for enhancing scalability by enabling off-chain transactions that settle on the main chain, thus reducing congestion and improving transaction speeds. Blockchain professionals must also consider the implications of consensus mechanism upgrades. Forks, both hard and soft, can introduce vulnerabilities if not managed properly. A hard fork, for example, can split a blockchain into two separate chains, which can fragment the community and create security risks. Effective governance frameworks, such as those employed by Tezos, which uses on-chain voting to decide on protocol upgrades, can help manage the risks associated with forks by fostering community consensus and minimizing contentious splits. In addressing the risks associated with consensus mechanisms, a comprehensive risk management strategy is essential. This strategy should include a thorough risk assessment process, identifying potential vulnerabilities and evaluating their impact on the network. Tools like risk matrices and threat modeling frameworks can be invaluable in this process. providing a structured approach to identifying and prioritizing risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. Pause. Furthermore, continuous monitoring and review of consensus mechanisms are critical. Blockchain networks operate in a dynamic environment with new threats emerging regularly. Implementing automated monitoring systems that utilize machine learning algorithms can enhance threat detection and response capabilities. These systems can analyze network activity in real time, identifying anomalies and potential threats, and allowing for rapid response to mitigate risks. Education and training are also pivotal in managing consensus mechanism risks. As blockchain technology evolves, so too must the knowledge and skills of those tasked with managing its risks. Regular training sessions and workshops can ensure that blockchain professionals are up to date with the latest developments in consensus mechanisms and risk management strategies. Collaborative platforms, such as online forums and knowledge-sharing communities, can also facilitate the exchange of ideas and best practices, fostering a culture of continuous learning and improvement. In conclusion, while consensus mechanisms are foundational to blockchain technology, they are not without their risks and vulnerabilities. By leveraging practical tools, frameworks, and strategies, blockchain professionals can effectively manage these risks, ensuring the security and resilience of blockchain networks. Through proactive risk management, continuous monitoring, and ongoing education, the promise of blockchain technology can be realized without compromising on security or performance.